Okay, what we're going to do this morning is we're going to just basically show how to put up the Tube Ultra tower exhibit for Simplicity Gourmet. Just want to make you aware of some of the parts and pieces. You might think that there's some pieces that you can just toss and throw away, but that's contrary to what we need to accomplish here this morning. We basically have 4 pieces of little connectors. This piece is the connector that connects the 4 columns that are 46-inch pieces, and they go just in the middle there. You'll note that these vertical pieces do not have these what they're called scuff plates. They're used primarily for the horizontal connections. Vertical connections will use this in the middle. Then we'll move over to the horizontal pieces here. Going back here, you've got 8 vertical 46-inch pieces that'll make up the 4 corner columns of each tower. Then you have base plates. Unfortunately, all of our base plates are out with the exhibits, but this is a skinny tabletop base plate. But the base plates that you'll be using for the towers are round base plates, and there'll be 4 of them for each vertical column. Then I'd like to make note of these flat pieces. These flat horizontal connection pieces go at the bottom of each side of the tower. There are 4 of them, as you can see here. Each of these have the rectangular connection piece that basically go on each end. And these, sometimes they might come off, sometimes they'll stay in there. So if you happen to see one that's loose, do not throw it away, but just realize that it goes on the end of one of these horizontal plates. At the top of the tower is something a little bit different. You have the round 34-inch connector, and these have the round piece that go on like that. And sometimes these are easy to come off, so they might come off in shipment. Just search for them in the container if you happen to be missing one. But there are 4 horizontal pieces, and each of these get a connector on each end. And so that makes up the primary tower. What I don't have here is there are some of these that are curved. And again, these are the curved ones are at the exhibit, but these are the graphic elements that curve up on the top of the tower. They're very similar to this, except they're curved. So if you can envision 2 of these being curved, then there's also a horizontal piece that goes like this. Those are shorter pieces than the 34-inch. Those are 28.9 inches in length. So you'll have 4 of these that are 34-inch, and then you'll have 4 of these flat ones that are 28.9 inches each. Those go at the top of the curved element at the top of each side of the tower. So let's begin, and it's a very quick and easy process, but we'll start with the base plates and we'll just work up from there. We're going to go ahead and put this up to scale. These verticals that we're going to use this morning are 34.5-inch pieces. The ones that you're going to have in your possession are 46 inches in length, but we just ran short for this video. So you can see here that I'm putting in these studs for the vertical pieces. Once these are in place, they never have to be removed. You can simply keep them in there when you tear down the exhibit. These, again, do not have to be removed. So these are the vertical pieces. Vertical pieces do not get a scuff plate. And what we're going to do here, we're going to turn the screw to the inside so that it's not facing the client when they're in the exhibit. And we're just going to put a series of these on. Is because I'm going to bear with me here. I mentioned earlier that the set screw you wanted it to face the inside, but in this particular configuration, we're going to have a cross member coming across here and a cross member coming across there. So it forces us to get this set screw facing to the outside because you need access to that set screw. This is the flat piece that goes across the bottom, 34.5 inches. In this scenario, we're going to put the set screw towards the back. And you'll also note that there's a plastic channel on the top of this. These never come out. Once they're in place, they stay. On the opposite side, you'll see that there's a lot more room on this side. it's because it does not have this channel. So the channel down here faces upward because this is where your graphic will attach inside to this channel piece. So again, once these channels are in place, they don't come out. And again, we're going to just face this upward. What we need here are two of these blue studs right here. These basically come in and out. And what you do is you just put these inside the slot, and you're going to take your truss tool, which is a 5/32 inch Allen wrench. In case yours happens to be missing a truss tool, yellow handled truss tool, you can go to any hardware store and get a 5/32 inch Allen wrench. That will suffice, but every exhibit would have these. Now these, once you put these in place, you can adjust these anywhere in here, like so. And so we're going to put this just about like that, and then we're just going to tap it down. Once it's tapped down, we'll tighten it, like so. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Again, these will be round base plates, so you won't have these skinny ones to contend with. We're going to turn this 90 degrees. It'll kind of lock in place. And again, it's snug, but it's not absolutely tight. And then just punch that down, tighten that. And once you've done this, then you now have stability with the first segment of the exhibit. And then what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and finish off all four sides of these, and then we'll come back and go to the next segment. Mm-hmm. We're going to show you just real briefly here. We're going to create a tower here, but we wanted to just make mention of when there's an application of a 10-foot back wall exhibit. You'll have 3 columns with 2 graphics right here. And rather than making a 90-degree turn for the tower, you'd simply come straight across, connect these like you normally would, and you would have 2 sections. And in this application, you'll have a round plate on either end, and in the middle you'll have an oval plate that's a little bit longer to help with the forward gravity of the upper part of the exhibit. So it just gives a little bit more stability. So again, round plates on either end, and in the middle you'll have an oval plate for the 10x10 application. And when used in a 10x20 space, you'll in essence have 2 of these. You'll have one at one end and have another exact duplicate at the other end. So again, this is the 10x10 version, or the 10x20 version, which has 2 of these exactly the same.